My fiancée said I'd never leave her, so I proved her wrong at our wedding venue. The day before my wedding, my fiancée Isabella posted a picture on Instagram of her and her first love lying on a bed, partially dressed with clear signs of what had happened scattered on the floor. I couldn't help but comment, "Great pic. Guess we got the theme for tomorrow's wedding," before grabbing a suitcase and packing all her belongings like I was donating them to charity. Isabella felt bold enough to post that photo because she believed my unwavering devotion meant I wouldn't dare cancel the wedding even after seeing her with another man. She thought I'd forgive her without hesitation, assuming I'd lost all sense of dignity. But she seemed to forget something she'd once told me. Even if I mess around with others, it will never be real. My first time will always be yours. Yet in that photo, there were obvious signs of what had happened between her and David. At 10 a.m., I switched my phone back onto dozens of missed calls and messages from Isabella. She called immediately, furious that I wasn't at the venue. "Do you know how embarrassing this is for me? You better prepare double the gift money. My bridesmaids are going to be furious. Do you even want to marry me anymore?" I put her on speaker and said calmly, "You need to apologize to me first, and then to the bridesmaids." In the past, I would have complied with her demands, but now I didn't care anymore. "Isabella, are those marks on your neck going to disappear by today? You spent last night with David. How much concealer will you need to cover those up? Today's wedding is canceled." She laughed coldly. "Oh, so you saw my Instagram. Is this your way of getting back at me on our wedding day? If my parents weren't forcing me to marry you, do you think I would? The one I love is David. You may have my body, but never my heart. Don't think you can use last night against me. I'm giving you one last chance. Get here by 11 a.m. or forget about this wedding." Just then, my phone buzzed with a new message. It was a picture of Isabella sleeping in David's arms. Although she was covered by a blanket, the marks on her neck and her blissful expression made everything clear. David had texted, "She's marrying you today, but last night was truly her wedding night." I took screenshots of both photos and shared them on my own Instagram with the caption, "Wedding canceled." Clearly, childhood sweethearts are more suited for each other. My phone immediately exploded with calls from friends and family, asking what was happening, with our wedding scheduled for noon and already being half an hour past 10 a.m. Isabella's parents also called anxiously. Her father had been my university professor, and it was through him that I'd met Isabella. He'd always treated me well, which was one reason I'd tolerated Isabella's behavior for so long. I remained silent for a moment, unable to say anything rude to my elders, but deep down, I no longer wanted to be entangled with Isabella. "Professor, I'm not throwing a tantrum. It's just that Isabella has always loved David, not me. You can see it for yourself on her Instagram." In my apartment, I finished packing all of Isabella's belongings when she came rushing out of the elevator, still in her wedding dress. "Are you done with your tantrum? If so, come with me to the hotel. All our guests are waiting." Looking at her anxious face, I smiled. "Isabella, wasn't last night your wedding night with David already?" She froze, and I sneered. "I've already informed our friends and family that the wedding is canceled. I wish you and David a happy life together." She glared at me fiercely. "Fine, I'll promise to have less contact with David in the future. Is that good enough? Don't be so unreasonable. Who doesn't have ex-boyfriends before getting married? I was just saying goodbye to my past love. After all, I was going to marry you today. You're making a big deal out of nothing." Looking at her disdainful expression, I truly regretted the past few years. Why had I ever fallen in love with such a person? I showed her the photo David had sent. "I'm not so in love with you that I've lost all self-respect. I'm not going to marry you with a smile while you cheat on me. I packed your things. You might as well take them. Otherwise, I'll have the cleaning staff throw them out." I pushed the suitcases out and slammed the door in her face. When I visited her parents the next day out of respect for my professor, Isabella was there looking defiant. The confrontation was brutal. She accused her own father of academic favoritism while defending David, causing her father to collapse from the stress. The aftermath was devastating. Isabella launched a social media campaign to defame me, twisting the truth and claiming I'd manipulated her. She involved lawyers, sending letters to my university alleging plagiarism and favoritism. I was suspended while they investigated, losing my academic position temporarily. When Isabella showed up claiming to be pregnant with my child as another manipulation tactic, I demanded a paternity test. The results proved I wasn't the father, and in court, Isabella and David were exposed as the liars and manipulators they were. The judge dismissed all her claims and ordered Isabella to pay me damages for emotional and financial harm. Her reputation was ruined, her parents cut ties after realizing her true nature, and David disappeared once her family's money was no longer accessible. 2 years later, I met Camilla, who showed me what a healthy relationship based on mutual respect and trust could be. We married and built a life together founded on honesty and partnership. When Isabella tried one last desperate lawsuit for emotional compensation 4 years later, it was quickly dismissed. Today I live the life I've always wanted, free from toxic manipulation and surrounded by genuine love. Sometimes the worst betrayals lead us to our greatest happiness.